everyone, I'm Rachel.
And I'm David.
Join us for the things we wish we'd known before cruising MSC the first time.
Let's go!
All right, so we are in the Panorama Lounge on MSC World America, and this is our first MSC cruise, so we wanted to tell you what we wish we had known and give you a few tips as well. I will caveat this is the MSC World America, their newest ship, so there could be some things that might differ between this and some of the older ships, but we're trying to cover like generalized things, and we'll try to let you know if we think it might be specific to this one.
Makes sense.
But the first tip is if you have status with any other major cruise line, they do status match and you should apply right now. Even if you don't know if you're going to cruise MSC, apply right now.
Yeah, there's been times on this ship, this is our first time with them, like Rachel mentioned, where our status actually came into play, where we didn't actually see any information about that particular thing online. So that's like a huge life hack with MSC. I think you need the status match regardless of what your status is with the other people. Just take your highest one and make sure that they get it, because I think there's quite a few nice benefits involved. And they're really only one of the few cruise lines that actually still offer that. So I think keep an eye on those kinds of things, because it really can make a difference. And getting that little bump up on your first experience is pretty sweet, I think.
Yeah, and just as a couple of small examples, so we are elite on Princess, so when we applied, we actually got diamond status with MSC, which is not their highest, it's blue diamond, but it's like their second highest, and we got a lot of like free things. You get a free photo, you get a free F1 simulator circuit, we actually got a free steak dinner that's $60 a person.
That was crazy. And even the embarkation process, you know, we had our own line and stuff, and that's pretty common. Obviously, other cruise lines do that, but to have those nice little touches and then get a couple extra things that only MSC does, I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so definitely do your status match, and you can do it at any time. It doesn't have to be when you're planning a cruise actively. We actually did it like a year ago before we had a cruise booked, so yeah, just make sure you apply. And the next thing that we wish we had known, I actually did know, because it's something you should know before your cruise, but the minute you sign up for the cruise, they'll start sending you marketing emails about sales they're having. And normally I kind of disregard those emails, because usually the excursions aren't really discounted. They like jack up the price and then discount it to the normal price. But when I tell you, MSC has some of the best pre-cruise discounts when you are buying beverage packages, specialty dining, excursions, everything. So make sure you pay attention to that marketing. Because for an example, we don't drink alcohol. We got the alcohol-free package, and we paid like $55 a person for the entire 7-day cruise. Meanwhile, if you get on board the first day, it's $43 a person per day. So we saved a crap ton of money.
And that's way less than any other cruise line. That's
the only reason I bought it. Normally I wouldn't buy a beverage package at all, but when I thought, was that cheap? I was like, yes.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that. And really, I think that's actually cool that they have so many different packages.
Yeah, and specialty dining too. We actually didn't book any specialty dining ahead of the cruise, but we did book an excursion, and that also had about a 30 to 40% per person discount from the normal price. So just keep an eye out for those marketing emails, and know that if you do wait to buy anything on board, it is going to be way more expensive.
Yeah, including the internet. The internet packages can be widely different. I had to buy an emergency advice, and onboard was crazy expensive, and pre-cruise is actually relatively reasonable or pretty comparable to other cruise lines. So again, one more package that's actually a pretty decent deal if you get it ahead of time. All right, so the next thing we wish we had known about MSC, and we kind of had somewhat of an idea on this one, but it is an international cruise line. There's a lot of things different. There's people from all different walks of life on here. I really didn't expect that. So I think MSC is a lot bigger of a brand internationally than it is in the United States. So you're going to see things in like the metric system. You might have announcements that are in 3, 4, 5 different languages on some cruises for MSC, which I actually think is pretty interesting. And I think that's uniquely MSC in the United States specifically. And it really kind of shows the more you're on the ship.
Yeah, and there will be a language barrier with other guests. Routinely, we'll say excuse me or something, and they kind of look at us like we're crazy, or they say something in their language and I don't know what they're saying. So just kind of keep that in mind, that there will be a language barrier. You obviously will still find lots of people speaking English. You'll find lots of crew with different languages listed on their name tag.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That way you'll know kind of who to go to speak certain languages if you don't speak English, or if English is not your first language. So there's lots of options on board. One other thing that comes with an international cruise line is there's actually a lot more smoking spaces.
Oh yeah.
So if you are very sensitive to cigarette smoke, pretty much every outdoor deck or space has a fairly large smoking
Yeah, or
section.
several small ones. It's
Yeah.
very, very strange.
So just kind of keep that in mind and maybe look at the map of your ship to see where they are before you book your room, because there are
Especially,
some balconies right above or below smoking spaces where you could probably smell it.
yeah, when we got on our first day, we could smell it on our balcony, and I was like, "Oh my God, are we near a smoking spot?" But we weren't. I don't know where it was coming from. It ended up not being a problem. But if you were towards like the back of the ship, there's several smoking spots towards the back of the ship that I could see being a legitimate problem. Now, that being said, I still think you can have an amazing time. We're giving you all the things we wish we had known. So.
So another thing that we wish we had known is a great thing. They are actually really generous with free things, mostly swag. For an example, on the first day when we got on the ship, they were having some sort of showcase where they gave away tons of like t-shirts and hats. They also give away some excursions and some onboard credit. And in the casino, they're giving away a lot of free play and things like that. Trivias, the prizes have been actual MSC swag. So
Yeah.
keychains, shirts, hats, bags, all sorts of things. So they're giving away a lot of really good prizes, and it's pretty consistent, it seems like.
Yeah, there's like a model of just the front of the ship for this particular cruise, and they gave that away as one of the prizes, and like it's like $39.99 in the gift shop or something. So I was like, wow, that's actually pretty crazy. Now, some of those things can be pretty big and kind of hard to pack, but the shirts and stuff, I think that's actually really cool. They have a really cute mascot, and they have like stuffed animals, and I've seen them give them away to the kids and stuff. I think that's really nice. All right, and the next thing we wish we had known, and this one bothers me quite a bit, but it doesn't apply to everybody out there, and it's the fact that you cannot switch your device off of the Wi-Fi to put another device onto it. So once you buy the Wi-Fi and you connect a device to it, it's locked to that device. That shocked us because we have a lot of devices. We're doing a lot of work on these cruises, and you get on and you think, okay, I'll pop my devices in and out when I'm not using one of them. That's not the case. It's locked. And when that happens, you think, okay, well, maybe I could just do a hotspot and that'll be good. They've actually blocked that. So they have, at the same time, one of the worst networks I've seen for Wi-Fi on this ship in particular, to having one of the more sophisticated ones that actually block hotspotting. So
And tethering.
yeah,
Bluetooth
you
tethering
can't
as well.
tether, you can't do any
There's
of that.
no way to basically consume a signal from a different
Another
device.
device. Yeah, so
And this
that's
isn't
crazy.
just a problem if you have a lot of devices and are trying to work. I mean, if you have a phone and you buy one device of Wi-Fi and you connect that phone, you will not ever be able to connect your iPad or a laptop or any other device. You cannot swap that out. So yes, it's probably more of a problem for us than for most people.
Yeah.
And heads up, it does say this on the website, but it's really buried deep in
It's pretty
their,
ambiguous too.
yeah, in their FAQs. It's buried fairly deep. Like I had to very specifically search it on Google to find the actual reference to it. And it's a complaint that a lot of people have had that I have seen online, because every single other cruise line we've been on, you can swap out devices. You just have a max number of devices that you can have connected at any given time. You can kick one off and then use that license.
I wish I had known that ahead of time because we could have totally planned around it. So
And the next thing we wish we had known is that we shouldn't expect too much from the food on board unless you're willing to pay. We have done the main dining room at least 4 or 5 times. We did the buffet pretty much every day at one point, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We have done pizza and burger. We've done harbor bites. We pretty much tried everything on board that was included, and it's very inconsistent. This is a very large ship, so this again might be a problem related specifically to World America, but they don't really make a lot of the food super fresh. A lot of it is sitting out under a heat lamp, including like the burgers, which are traditionally made fresh on other cruise lines. So things are just kind of sitting there. They may not be consistently warm. And even in the main dining room, we've had a couple of really good experiences where the food was amazing. And then we've had a couple of not so great experiences where literally I stopped eating like 3 bites into my chicken breast and was like, I shouldn't eat this because I'm worried that I might get sick from it. So it's really hit or miss. And I'll let David kind of give his opinion before I kind of pivot into what we think of the specialty dining.
yeah, I think it's kind of relates to, as the cruise is going on, I feel like the main dining room is losing a little bit of quality for whatever reason. I don't know if they're running out of supplies or something, but the first couple nights I was actually really, really impressed with the main dining room. And then the more and more we've been, each time I was just like, this isn't doing it. So I feel like the early on, I don't know if there was a shift change or something, but there was a lot of complexity to the dishes. There was a lot of levels, layers going on, and I actually really, really like the food. And I do think that the things in like the buffet do actually have pretty good seasoning
They do,
considering.
yeah.
And it's just a matter of freshness, like Rachel mentioned. It's heat lamped. It's either been sitting out. Like they have a station there where a guy's like making pasta fresh, and so I'm like, okay, that'll be pretty good. And then I get it and I sit down immediately and start eating, and it's like cold still. Like I don't know how that's even possible. So I think actually one of the nicer things about the ship in terms of its food is the specialty dining. I've noticed that the service there in particular was like phenomenal, and on top of that, the food was made pretty fresh, and it's
Yeah. It
actually
was, everything was super hot. Yeah.
absolutely delicious too. It was so good, and I'm pretty nitpicky when it comes to like Mexican food, and that's one of the specialty restaurants we had was the tacos place, and I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought the flavor profiles were absolutely phenomenal, and when we went to the steakhouse, I feel like personally for me, quality of meat was actually really good.
I mean, it was one of the better steakhouses we've had on a cruise ship. So if you really love a good steakhouse experience, I think it's for you. But I would definitely try some of the other specialty restaurants on board. They do have like a teppanyaki and a sushi restaurant. They have Italy. So I would definitely try some of those things. I agree though. I would definitely go back to the Ola Tacos and Cantina. I think that was great food. Everything was hot. Our server was amazing.
Yeah.
And the service in the main dining room has also been great. But our server is also pretty overwhelmed
Yeah, he's very,
with
very.
the volume of people. We have some huge tables of families right by us,
And then we're like the only table of two, like stuck in
Yeah.
the middle of like legit tables of 10,
10
12.
to
Yeah.
15 people.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So it really just depends. But I will say one of the caveats to specialty dining being great on this ship, and maybe on all of MSC, we're not sure, is that the drinks that you have in your packages are not included
Oh,
in the
yeah.
specialty dining rooms.
That is really weird.
So even though we have the alcohol-free package, we can literally go to any bar and get a drink and take it into a specialty dining restaurant, but we cannot order drinks there or else they are charged.
Yeah.
So just kind of keep that in mind.
weird.
And it's kind of just a hot tip. If you're going to a specialty dinner, grab a drink right before you go in and they will happily let you bring it with you.
I like that other tip you mentioned too, where if it's embarkation day and your rooms aren't ready yet, you can go to the tacos place and get unlimited tacos and just sit there for like 2 or 3 hours while you wait for your room to be ready. All right, and our last tip is actually, I think it's really cool, but I didn't know this going into it, and I kind of wish we had. But MSC has theme nights literally every single night, it feels like, and some nights have multiple themes, because like last night we had 60s and 70s.
And Italian.
Yeah, and Italian. Yeah, it was all over the
Yeah,
place.
it
It was really funny. But I think that's actually really cool. It's like, and people embrace it, man.
Oh,
like
yeah.
especially on this ship. I don't know what's going on, but they go nuts for the theme nights. I think it's actually really cool.
Yeah, I mean, pretty every single night had some sort of theme or suggested dress. So it's not just like one or two like we've seen on other cruise lines. There's a white night, there's a 70s and 80s night, there's Italian, there's a glow night, there's a winter theme where they want you to wear your winter coats and things. So there's just lots of different themes, and they do kind of publish the schedule ahead of time on your app, but then everything kind of changes. The activities change as you get on board. You are kind of able to plan if you check the app like the week or so before your cruise, but the actual timing of those theme nights might change. Like they may switch them out one for the other if the weather's bad or something. But if you like a good theme night, you're going to want to pack a bunch of extra stuff.
Yeah, and if you're ever unsure of what themes you're going to have, you can check like cruise groups. A lot of people make like a Facebook group for your cruise specifically. I think those parties are really, really cool. I think they're really cute, honestly. So I think that's pretty unique, and they do a really good job with it. And this particular cruise that we're on, again, it's very specific to this cruise. Our cruise director is hilarious, and a lot of the cruise staff like kind of make fun of him and poke fun at him, so they're all really, really funny too. So when you have cruise staff that are so engaging and so fun, those are when the theme nights really get popping and are a lot of fun. So I love that. I think that's great.
All right, so those are all the things that we really wish we had known before cruising with MSC for the first time. And obviously there's probably more. We've been thinking of things all week, but you know, this is just one ship. If we go on a different ship, we might have additional tips to give you, so we will make sure to let you know there. But what do you think? Have you cruised MSC? Do you have any tips that you think make it different from other cruise lines that everybody should know? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoy this video and want to see more travel content from us, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. But for now, I'm Rachel.
And I'm David.
And we hope this video helps you find the right direction for your next adventure. Bye!